I did my feedback conversation with our general foreman, Justin. He didn't have a whole lot of feedback to give me. He did tell me that I was doing really well, and that I could use a lot of time just in the field. He thinks that I could progress with time in the field. So I spoke to Anna Marie about this in my cohort, and she had a very similar experience with her feedback. She ended up having not a whole lot of feedback. She's doing great. Her mentor thinks that she's doing really good in her roles. Again, time is something that they brought up. She could use some help organizing, but for the most part, I think that both of us just do really well at what we're doing. I think that we would both benefit from a little bit of experience. I think that being able to talk this through with Anna Marie makes us feel pretty good. It gives us a good idea of what we're doing since we're both in the same role. We can share the feedback with each other. I think that if I would have gotten more feedback and if she would have gotten more feedback, it would have been a little bit better for us. I think both of us kind of struggled in that area with our mentors or whoever we had our conversation with. But I do get a lot of feedback every once in a while from different coworkers, and I think she does too. So that being said, I think our conversation just was kind of accumulation of everything together. But I think all in all, it was a good conversation to have with my general foreman. It was also a good conversation to have with Anna Marie about just our feedback in general. We also were able to give each other feedback. I was able to talk to her about, we talk about feedback all the time, but we were talking about how in our classes, our discussion definitely made me feel better, knowing that I'm doing good in my position and knowing that I am excelling. I think that it also made Anna Marie feel good to know that she's doing good in her position and she's excelling in her spot, and both of us were able to get some constructive feedback and work towards our common goal, which is of course being a project manager. And I think that that was super beneficial for us to know that we're on track and we're doing really well. So I think all in all, it was a positive experience to get positive feedback. I would appreciate a little bit more of not negative feedback, I guess, but just a little bit more information so that I could, kind of dive into what I need to do and what I need to do better, other than time and experience, of course, but I feel like that's a given for the most part. All in all, I think that the conversation was good, and I'm glad that it was something that we did